What's going on, everyone? ZSC743 here, and in today's video I'm going to try to do a wheelie tutorial for you guys while also showing my thumbs. So I wanted to do this for a long time, but I didn't know how to edit it together. However, there's someone who is willing to help me edit this together, so hopefully it'll turn out good, so you can also see where my thumb placements are and how I do a wheelie and how I can keep it open. So I'm going to try teaching you guys today, and without further ado, let's get started. Alright, while you start, if you do normal gas, this is the tutorial for you. If you play on auto is this setting right here if there's a big go. If you play with this, I can teach you. If you play with this, however, I don't know how to do that properly. But if you play with this kind of gas, this is going to help you a lot better. Alright. Well, without further ado, let's get started. So you want to start leaning up, about all the way up. I'd say about all the way up. So then you just lean up, just gas it. And sometimes you don't even want to lean at all. Sometimes the bike will just do that for you. So I'm going to try explaining. So you start leaning up and sometimes you gotta start leaning up and then you just lean back, and then sometimes you just don't lean at all. But to get it consistent, this is what I like to do. So when I get to about this point right there, you can actually maybe see in this replay. Once I get to about this point right here, I'm about maybe 45 degrees. So once I'm at 45 degrees, then this is when I start to adjust my body. And this is when I start to either tap off. Sometimes if you loop out, say too much, you can, hold on, I messed up on that. Say if you loop out too much, you can just tap on the gas. And then that will keep you from holding the wheelie. It won't be 100% consistent, but it could save you a run. Alright, so once I get to about 45 degrees, then I see I looped out too much this time, and I let off the gas, and then I start leaning back. It's just mostly about feeling, so it's kind of hard to explain at times, but I will try my best. So once you get to 45 degrees, then that's when you start to adjust your body, either by leaning back, while still leaning forward, or not even leaning at all sometimes. So let's see. About right here, at this point, I'll still lean up sometimes, and see I was at about a 90-degree angle, so that's when you lean up. But if you're on a very low angle, say like this, you can lean back and hold the wheelie. It's mostly all about feeling. It's kind of hard to explain, but like I said, I'll try what I can, and hopefully this will help you guys at all. So when you get to about 45 degrees, you can either lean up or back. I preferably lean back, obviously. And then I don't always lean back. I sometimes lean up too. So if I get to a point where I feel like I'm going to loop out, I'll either let off the gas or I'll start to lean up. And even if I'm still starting to see if I'm leaning up, sometimes I'll still let off the gas. It loses time. However, it is better to do that than just reset a good run. You can even see in most, my bad. So even in most of my runs that you can see, you can even see the slowdowns at some point because I'm about to loop out, or I'm just not in the best of angles, so I can't keep the wheelie consistent, so I just let off the gas. So here we go, let's see if I can, so about 45 degrees, then you can either lean up or lean back, but you gotta keep the wheelie at about 45 degrees. If you keep it at 90 degrees, that's when there's gonna be a problem. Keep it at 90 degrees, which will be about this, it's gonna be nearly impossible to keep a very long wheelie. You can see I'm letting off the gas a lot and I'm leaning up, and I lost a ton of time. I lost about a second. So you want to keep your angle at about 45 degrees. So if you can keep the angle at 45 degrees, you should be okay. Leaning up, now I'm leaning back. So you want to keep it at 45 degrees. If you let off the front wheel, that's alright. sometimes I don't even get it all that consistent, so this is even difficult for me. But I have learned that keeping it at 45 degrees, and you don't even have to do that much leaning. If you keep it at 45 degrees and mostly lean back, I would say, you should be okay. And it's just feeling. So if you know that you're gonna loop out or that you're leaning back too much, start leaning up. See, that's gonna drop. So I didn't get the right angle. 45 degrees, lean back, lean up. Now, see, now I'm starting to loop out a little too much, so I have to let off the gas a couple times. Alright, so 45 degrees is how you want to keep it. And on uphills and downhills you want to lean up. No exceptions on that, really. So on downhills you want to lean down, you want to lean forward, so you can try to get a front wheel speed, and that'll gain you more time even if you are not on your front wheel. If you lean up downhills, at any point you'll gain a little bit of speed. Now going uphills, 45 degrees, I let off my front wheel, so I'll try that again. 45 degrees, leaning up, lean back. You just gotta adjust your body just to try to keep it at 45 degrees to 60 degrees or even 70. That's gonna let off. That's not good enough either. This might be good. There we go. Now with wheeling uphill, still 45 degrees is the sweet spot for just about everything. And if you can't land in the wheelie, that's okay. Just practice staying at 45 degrees. Now, some may not have this track. This is the December track pack, Cal City MX. But if you want to do a different track, my recommendation would probably be Slinky from the World Championship tracks. So I'll go to that as well. If you go to the World Championship tracks, there's a long straightaway as well, and you can practice on that. So it's right after some whoops, so you'll have to go quite a bit of ways. But this will teach you a lot too. Yeah, just keep it at 45 degrees. You gotta just adjust your body to how it's gonna be in the long run. It's mostly feeling. But if you can practice staying at 45 degrees, you will too get the feeling as well. And it'll be a lot easier for you to wheelie. Now let's see if I can actually stop here and do it. There we go. So you just, if it's on a star, you lean up. Sometimes you'll pop up too much. Sometimes you won't get enough pop. It just really all depends. I'll probably go back to Cal City next because that has the longest straight in the entire game out of all the tracks. You can see I let off the gas sometimes because I knew that I would loop out a little too much and I would lose my angle. And I wouldn't get that scrub. So if you land at 45 degrees, it'll be harder to do a wheelie. So when you land on stuff, I would probably suggest about 30 degrees. 30 degrees is probably around right here. It's hard to do, like slow. About right here. There you go. So that's how you want to land it. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully that this was helpful in any way. It probably wasn't the best tutorial, but I did what I could. It's mostly feeling, but if you can master the angle of your bike, then it should be a lot better for you to understand and to master the wheelie. So thank you guys so much for watching. subscribe if you haven't already, like the video if you enjoyed. And also, before I go, thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. I didn't think I would hit 1,000 subscribers so early. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.